Now to our ball game.
Tony Musso, the Harbec pitcher, leading off here, top of the first inning. Left field, Danny Trombley. Left center field makes the play. And quickly we have one out. Let's bring up Randy Tatro, the first baseman. Looks at a ball. Tatro, second ball hitting, grounds it to Guerin over to first. I'd had the camera shut off momentarily as I dropped my pen because I am keeping score as I am talking and taping. And I have trouble chewing gum and walking, so talking, taping, and keeping score is even worse. Fortunately, I'm not chewing gum at the moment. 2 outs. Ronnie Tatro, the batter, he's the shortstop. Line shot up the middle, that'll be going for a base hit. Jim Davison picks it up, tosses it back to the infield. Let's bring up the cleanup hitter, Randy Trombley. Trombley, the left fielder. Strike call from Randy Barcombe, umpiring behind the plate. Trombley grounds it to third. Randy Davison bobbles it, and everybody's going to be safe. Except for my pen, which just fell again. So back, it's an error there. Back-to-back base runners as Denny Laporte steps in. Laporte, the left center fielder. Umpire on the bases tonight is Larry Belrose, and as I said, behind the plate, Randy Barcombe, a chopper foul down the third baseline. There's the pitch. 3 balls and 1 strike. Pitch to Laporte. Swings, hits it up the middle. It's going to go through for a base hit. This could score a run. And Harbec is going to have their first base runner and their 3rd out as Laporte is thrown out going into second on a heads-up play by the Barcombe defense, but they'll get a run out of it. And we'll go to the bottom of the first with the score. Harbec 1, Beaumart coming to the plate. Let the lead off the bottom half of the first. For the Beaumart, Mr. Dennis Phillips, the left fielder. Pitch is swung on, chopped to the first base side, past Tatro for a base hit. Phillips rounding, going to draw the throw. He'll wisely stay at first. Well, Beaumart has their first runner aboard. So bring up Randy Davison, the third baseman. Pitch is swung in high down on the right field side next to the fence, going to drop in foul. I'll bring it to 1 ball and 1 strike. Davison step backs in. Musso on the rubber. Here's the pitch. Up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Phillips running all the way. He's going to go in, standing up at third. So runners now in the corners as the first 2 Beaumart players get base hits. With nobody out, the second baseman, Gary Boris. On deck, Jim Davison. Kind of a dusty target for the pitcher at the moment. It rained all day today. It's a cold Tuesday evening. Ball 2. Davison and Tatro bounces one back to the mound. Trying to draw Phillips off of third base. The runner's now in scoring position with nobody out. Let's see what Boris does here with 2 balls and 1 strike. He swings and hits it over the shortstop's head. They'll score 2 runs, I think. Throw will come into second base. They'll concede both runs. So, 3 straight base runners here. Beaumont has their hitting shoes on. This will bring up Jim Davison. In the earlier game, completion of the blackout game that we brought you a few weeks ago, Davison hit one over the right center field fence. Hits this one high, got underneath it, down the right field side. Tom Menard under it, and it's a long out. There's a throw going into second base. Gary Boris is going to score. Gary Boris is going to score all the way from first base on a flyout. We're not sure what happened there. Not sure who was at fault. If it was Pelkey, the second baseman, or Menard, the right fielder. Somebody didn't get that ball in a hurry. There's Dan Phelps, hits it deep to right center field. Menard back. And Menard makes the play. So there's 2 out. And Gary Boris, hustling all the way, scored from first base. One of those plays you just never see happen, and it happened here. This brings up Dan Trombley. Dan Trombley, the left center fielder. We're back in the booth here at the Mart, but still not that safe. Back to Musso, over to first base. And we'll go to the top of the second inning. We're back in the booth. Those who watched last week saw that we were not in the booth because there was a very strong smoke smell coming from the booth. There's still a slight smell. The league has had an electrician look at it, and there's not much that can be done without a lot of costly repairs being involved, so they're going to try to finish the season. In the meantime, we're up here with a smoky smell and also danger of fire breaking out. Up for the second inning, Joe Poisson. Poisson, the right center fielder. Beaumont leading 3-1. Pitch it out to Dan Trombley. Trombley under it, and we have 1 out. This will bring up Tom Menard, the right fielder. Menard runs up on it, hits it in the center, but kind of high in the air. Jim Davison makes the one-handed grab. Kind of like he was picking an apple off the tree in that one. And quickly, there's 2 down. This will bring up Dean Pelkey, the second baseman. Pelkey, the brother of our former scorekeeper, Barb Pelkey. Hits the first pitch to center field, straightaway center field. Jim Davidson picks another apple off the vine. And we go to the bottom of the second inning with a score remaining 3-1. Leading off the Beaumont half of the second inning will be Mart Guerin, the shortstop. Pitch from Musso. Strike call. And Grunt's kind of late on that one. He's gotten in the habit of grunting at the ball, and he's had pretty good luck doing that. Bill Guerin's on with a single. Let's bring up Bill Glode. Glode playing right field tonight. There's a base hit. There's a throw coming into third base. Throws off the mark, and Guerin goes to third, and Glode hustling all the way. He stands up at second base on the throw to third. Heads up base running from Mart. They force their opponents to make those plays. Bring up Lynn Bayshore, the pitcher. Lynn swings, hits it to right field. It's going to be base hit off Menard's hands, and we're going to have 2 runs scoring. Oh, 2 more runners cross the plate for the Mart. This will bring up Lonnie Bayshore, the catcher. Lonnie swings at the first pitch and the line stab. And a double play. 2 Bayshores for the price of 1 that time. Lonnie Bayshore hit a line shot that Musso fielded. And Lynn Bayshore is out retreating to first base. So, there's 2 outs and Dennis Phillips at the plate. Phillips singled and scored in the first. Swings at the first pitch, hits at the left center field. And that'll take us to the top of the 3rd with a score now 5-1. Now lead off the top of the 3rd. Disco Dan McGee swings at the first pitch, hits it to left field. He'll be in there for a base hit. Should be at least 2. McGee rounding second all the way into 3rd. A stand-up triple. So Dan McGee gives Harbec a little shot in the arm with a leadoff triple here. This will bring up John Rabideau, the catcher. Well, it's John Rabideau, but he's not catching. I don't think this is the guy I've seen behind that plate. He's listed in the book as number 2, but I don't believe he's been catching. I believe he's probably the designated hitter. And Andre Tatro, the on-deck hitter, is catching. Rabideau hits it to second base. Off Gary Boris. Let's bring up Andre Tatro. Tatro grounds it to second base. Long throw over to first. And there's now 1 out. To bring Tony Musso to the plate. Musso flew out to left field his first time up. Hits it to left again. Dennis Phillips makes a nice grab for the second out. And Rabideau stays at second. This will bring up Randy Tatro, who grounded to short his first time up. Score is 5-2 at the moment. Little chopper down the third base side. Davidson up with the long throw, and they have him. Now go to the bottom of the 3rd with a score 5-2. Harbec down from the Mart. Randy Davison going to lead off the bottom of the 3rd. Made that nice play then in the top half of the 3rd. He singled and scored in the first inning. Hits it deep, but not that deep. Menard camping under it. Yeah, there's 1 out. And it looks like I was wrong. That is John Rabideau behind the plate. Usually when we see Harbec, it's Andre Tatro behind the plate. But John Rabideau is catching. Batting right now, Gary Boris with 1 out. He singled and scored in the first inning. Pitch is strike call, 1-1. And a nice shot out to left center field. Going to be drop in the gap. All the way to third base. And Gary Boris all the way in there with a triple. A good fast base runner. Let's bring up Jim Davison, who flew out to right field his first time up. Jim hits it high, a high can of corn out there. They'll concede the run and just toss it in. Because we'll have to rule that as a sacrifice. Let's bring up Dan Phillips. He was 0 for 1. He flew out to right field his first time. Ball is inside. Phillips line shot past third base. He'll stop at first. Well, Phillips has his first hit of the night. Let's bring up Dan Trombley. Chopper to third base side. He'll be through for a base hit. Oh, takes a bad hop. And Trombley's going to be at second. Phillips at third. Oh, bad hop out there. Allows the runners to move up. So with 2 outs, we'll bring up Mart Guerin, who singled his first time up and scored. An appeal at second base. And that'll be the third out. Apparently Phillips missed second base. And we have 1 out here. Ronnie Tatro flies out to center field. We were standing up at that time, but we're just putting the lights on. An overcast night, about 5 after 8 at the moment. There's that ball that could squeeze through. Guerin knocks it down on a nice play. No throw to first. Guerin did a nice job of knocking that down. It goes an infield hit for Randy Trombley to bring up Denny Laporte. One on and 1 out. Score is 6-2. Beaumont leading Harbec. Line shot to Guerin, and it's going to be thrown away at first, but the ball didn't bounce anywhere. It'll bounce off that chain link fence. It doesn't bounce too far. Oh, a nice shot, but right at Guerin. Bring up Joe Poisson, who's 0 for 1. Runs up on that little chopper in front of the plate. Lonnie Bayshore with a burst of speed gets out there and in the race, Poisson beats it, gets an infield hit. Those bring up Tom Menard with 2 outs and 2 on. Menard looks at a strike on the top of the 4th inning. Menard hits a high pop-up to Jim Davison out there. Reached for that one. So now we'll go to the bottom of the 4th with the score remaining. Beaumont. Mart Guerin here leading off the bottom half of the 4th. He was at the plate when the appeal was made at second base. 2 strikes on him. Guerin 1 for 1. Swings with this one, hits it out of play down the right field side. Starting to rain out there. All the fans are heading for cover. I should say both fans are heading for cover. There's only a couple people here. Someone's going to be knocking on their door in a moment. Mart Guerin hits it out to right field for an out. They were busy opening the door when Guerin was up there, rescuing a couple of people who were melting out in the rain. So Guerin makes the first out. They bring up Bill Glow, who's 1 for 1 in the evening. I misplaced my microphone in all the confusion here. Load lines a single up to center field. Got a second hit. Coming up, Lynn Bayshore. Bayshore singled in the second inning and was double off on a line shot by his brother Lonnie. Bayshore runs up on, hits at the short left field. And Glow advances as the throw comes in back of him. So 2 outs to bring up Lonnie Bayshore. Bayshore hit a line shot his last time up, but it was right at Tony Musso, the pitcher. A little chopper this time that Musso will field easily over to first. And we'll go to the top of the 5th with the score remaining 6-2. Pelkey set to lead off the inning here with a base hit. Going to go for second. Going all the way into third base here. He's going to be standing up. So Dean Pelkey with a triple leads off the Harbec half of the 5th inning. This will bring up Dan McGee, who will let off the 3rd inning with a triple. Score is 6-2. Still anybody's game here. McGee hits it to left field. Phillips catches. Pelkey's going to tag and score easily as the throw is off the mark. So we'll reluctantly call that a sacrifice fly. Although I'm sure they'd rather have the out. Have that out back. So let's bring up John Rabideau, the catcher. He singled his first time up. Very slight rain falling out there. There's a line shot. Rabideau's 2 for 2. That gets through the middle. Bouncing off the wall. Rabideau is going to be in at third base. So that's the third triple of the evening for Harbec. To bring up Andre Tatro, grounded to third base. One out. 2 balls and no strikes. Tatro hits it to the left side. Guerin knocks it down. Can't pick it up. Guerin was trying to pick up the ball and watch Rabideau at third base. And you ended up watching Rabideau and not picking up the ball. So that was an error on Guerin. He had a nice play in stopping it, but I think he could have thrown him out at first if he'd tended to his duty. So runners on the corners. This is going to bring up Tony Musso. Musso 0 for 2. Hits it high over the third base side. Guerin, the shortstop, makes the play. And now there's 2 outs. This will bring up Randy Tatro, the first baseman. Score at the moment is 6-3. Pitch from Bayshore. Tatro hits it to the third base side. Davidson knocks it down, takes a short throw to second base. And we'll go now to the bottom of the 5th inning with a score 6-3. Phillips leading off the bottom of the 5th inning. Phillips 1 for 2 in the evening. Singled and scored in the first and flew out to left center field in the second. There's a shot to center field, be in there for a base hit. He'll be in there for 2. Single and gets the extra base on an error. Now for Randy Davison, who was 1 for 2. He singled and flew to right field. Pitch from Musso. Line shot, nice grab. Nice play by Ronnie Tatro, the shortstop. Let's bring up Gary Boris. Boris has singled and tripled. He scored twice. Dennis Phillips ends up on third base. All the confusion out there. Boris hits it deep. Phillips will tag and score easily. First base run in there by Phillips put him in the scoring position for that sacrifice fly by Boris. They can't relax against this Mart club. Jim Davison, bouncer past second base. Now goes a base hit. He's now 1 for 2 with a sacrifice. Let's bring up Dan Phillips. He's 1 for 2. He flew out to right side, right field his first time up and was singled his last time up and was out on an appeal at second base. There's a shot, it's going to drop in for a base hit. Throw's going to come into second base. And there's going to be runners on the corners as Dan Trombley steps up. Danny is 1 for 2. Hit back to the mound his first time and singled his last time up. There's a base hit. That'll score the 8th run for the Mart. Phillips draws the throw into third. Harbec continues to throw to the wrong base. As a result, Dan Trombley moves up to second base. And Mark Guerin will come up. Guerin 1 for 2.
That's it. Three. Come on. Good one.
Aaron with a line shot that'll score 2 runs. This time they throw to the right base, but it's a little too late as Trombley scores behind Phillips. That's 4 runs this inning. It makes it now 10-3. Bill Glode was 2 for 2. He's the right fielder. Ball gets away from Rabideau, and Guerin easily goes to second. 2 outs, bottom of the 5th inning. Remember, we have another game tonight, Barcombs and Dragoons. Glode hits it straight away center. Bounces over the wall for a double. Ground rule double for Bill Glode. Tony Musso stepping to the plate. Excuse me, stepping to the mound as Lynn Bayshore steps to the plate. Two balls and no strikes. Bayshore 1 for 2. Just in the short left field for the out. And we'll go now to the top of the 6th inning with the score 11-3. Ronnie Tatro 1 for 2 in the evening. Leading off the 2nd inning. 6th inning. Pop up to the catcher. Lonnie Bayshore made the play. I've been kidding Lonnie about his speed the last few weeks.
Come on, Randy, get him all out. Come on.
Randy Trombley, the batter, hits a slow one past Guerin. Goes through Guerin's glove for a base, well, excuse me, for a base runner, but an error. Error on Mart Guerin as he just didn't get down on that ball. Bring up Denny Laporte, 1 for 2. Randy Trombley reached on an error, has been on base 3 times. Reached on an error in the first. There's Laporte's hit the center field deep. It's going to bounce off over the fence. Double, ground rule double. So now we'll have runners at 2nd and 3rd. They're saying Randy Trombley has reached base 3 times, reached on 2 errors, and he also has a single. This will bring up Joe Poussin, the right center fielder. Score is 11-3. Another reminder, unless the rain comes, we're going to have another ball game to follow this one. High topper to Guerin. Guerin looks the runner back at 3rd. Good play by Guerin. Stuck with the ball and kept the runner from advancing. This will bring up Tom Menard, who's 0 for 2. Hits it up the middle to Guerin. Guerin left the throw over first. And we go to the bottom of the sixth with the score remaining 11-3. Lonnie Bayshore 0 for 2 going to lead off the bottom of the sixth inning. He hasn't hit one past the pitcher yet tonight. Hit a nice line shot in the second inning. It ended up being a double play, and last time he hit a little trickler back to Musso. A nice shot down the left field line, but foul. Line shot in the middle. That's a definite base hit. Oh, Beaumont has a lead runner on again. They've had their lead runner on for 4 times, and they've scored all 4 times they've had their lead runner on in this game so far. Let's bring up Dennis Phillips. Dennis 2 for 3. He's singled and scored twice. Swings, hits it up the middle. That'll be a base hit. Lonnie Bayshore all the way into third, and they're going to draw the throw. And Harbec continues to throw to the wrong base. They're consistent out there. Consistently throwing in front of the runners. Allowing that man to get the single to get to second base. This will bring up Randy Davison. Randy 1 for 3. Nobody out here. There's a shot. Nice grab by Dean Pelkey. Nice grab. Davison hit that right on the nose, but Pelkey made a nice leaping grab. This will bring up Gary Boris. Boris 2 for 2 with a sacrifice. He has singled and tripled, scored twice. High one. It's going to be caught by the right center fielder. Nice throw in. There's going to be play at the plate. And Lonnie Bayshore is out at the plate. That'll take us to the top of the 7th inning with the score remaining 11-3.
Take a few minutes to remind everyone of the 4th of July celebration going on in Rouse's Point all this weekend. If you're like me, you don't plan on celebrating the 4th of July until it gets to be near the 4th of July, but it's going on right now. And of course, the big parade on Sunday. The carnival's there. Parade's on Sunday at 7. Carnival, rides and games and barbecue. And going back to the action here, here's Mr. Dean Pelkey hitting on first ball.
The first ball hitting, as I had the camera shut off. Always dangerous to first ball hit when you're leading off an inning when I'm taping these, because you're liable to not get on camera. As I had the camera shut off and I was just putting it on, and he swung at the first pitch, and he's now 1 for 3 as we're in the top of the 7th inning. The score of Beaumart's 11, Harbec 3. Dan McGee at the plate. McGee 1 for 1 with a sacrifice. He has tripled and scored. Remember, immediately following this, we're going to have a Barcombs Dragoons game. McGee grounds it foul down the third base side. Of course, is barring any unforeseen rain here on Tuesday evening. Line shot knocked down by Davison. McGee just barely beats it out. McGee stood there and watched the ball bounce off Davison's glove, then decided to start running. And he's almost thrown out as a result. Let's bring up John Rabideau, the catcher, who's 2 for 2. He's singled and tripled. A little pop-up. Davison makes the plate. Oh, 2 outs. Let's bring up Andre Tatro. Tatro is grounded to third and reached on an error. Swings at the first pitch. Hits it fair down the third base side. There you saw throw coming into second base. Dennis Phillips throwing to make sure that man on first didn't advance. A little single there for Tatro. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. Top of the 7th. Tony Musso, who's 0 for 3. At the plate. 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch from Bayshore. Swung, hit up the middle. That's going to score a run. Tatro will stop at second. McGee will score. And Musso will have his first hit and an RBI. Score now 11-4. Randy Tatro, who's 0 for 3. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, 2 on. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swings, hits it short. It's going to be a Texas League single. Hits it to shallow left center field for a base hit. Not far enough to score the runner from second. The bases are filled. This will bring up Ronnie Tatro, who's 1 for 3, singled in the first inning and scored. He's also flown out to right center and popped up to the catcher Bayshore's last time up. Runs up and this one hits underneath. And Glode squeezes it for the final out. Well, the final score here in the Harbec-Beaumont game, Beaumont 11, Harbec 4.
That'll complete the first game of our doubleheader. Now comes the second part. Barcomb's TV and Furniture versus Dragoons. And handling the play-by-play, Mr. Dog Schneider.